welcome. This is my new YouTube channel. This is Kartavya's chess channel, and I will upload very good chess YouTube videos for you guys. And we are going to learn today about a very good chess opening, that is the Lopez, the Spanish opening. It is also known as the Spanish opening. I know that most of you will learn this, and it is a very good chess opening played by both beginner and grandmaster level. So very good opening. Let's move to it. So first of all, we have to go to chess base 15. This is my new chess software, my chess buddy. This helps me a lot. You could also download chess base 15 from chess base. You could just write www.chessbase.in and you would get so many softwares: chess base 15, Fritz 17 and many more. So my name is Kartavya, and please hit the like and subscribe button, press that bell button. My goal is 1000 subscribers or 10,000 if you just feel so happy about the channel. So please help me to do this. Okay, so this is repertoire white, repertoire black. If you are running chess base 15, then repertoire white and repertoire black does not come itself. How does it come? It comes by clicking on report, and here is generate repertoire option. It is a very good option. Let me just show you. It is having around 1336 opening games. Let me just show you one thing. It is an English opening repertoire. So it is a very good software. And see, let me just go here, notation. See, it is showing me c4, f5. See, if unusual, then you have to know, if you place f5, what should I play? Because everyone will not play e5. It is not forced that you will play e5. So you have to be keen about this. So this is also a very good thing in chess base 15. But let's move to the Lopez. First of all, let's go to board. I think minimize this like this and go to view at reference search is a very good chess option. It would show games from the current position. Right now it will show all games, but no problem. So do you know Lopez is played by which side, white or black? Yes, it is played by white. So white starts with the move e4, which is known as the king's pawn tool. It is also known as the king's pawn. Black plays the move e5. I think it is just booting. Let's just boot. It's taking some time, no problem. Till the time, let's share our experience. Actually, today only I created the video, and today only I created my channel also. So it was a very good day to start. So I started today only. e4, e5. e5 is played mainly. c5 is also a very great option. This is the Sicilian defense. Hopefully I will cover it in the next some videos. But c5 is also played by many players. This is the Sicilian defense, a very sharp one. But today Lopez is our main point. So e5, the most common response. The game goes with knight f3, immediately attacking the pawn on e5. Okay. Then black plays knight c6 to defend it. Knight c6 to defend this one. Now, white has some options in this position. If white plays the move knight to c2, this is the fourth move. If white plays the move d4, then what is this? This is the Scotch defense. If you play bishop c4, this is the Gico piano. And if he plays bishop b5, this is the Lopez. So bishop b5 is Lopez. Why is bishop b5 played? Can anyone tell me? Please write it in the comment box. Actually, bishop to b5 is played to put attack on this knight. First capture this and then grab this pawn. But usually this pawn is not for free. This pawn is free when we play a move like knight c3 and d3. Okay. So here are mainly two options which black takes. Number 1 is a6, the most popular. Number 2 is knight f6. This is the Berlin variation, also is very common in this at this time. Variation. It is knight f6. This also attacks. If white is attacking, then black also attacks actually here. Okay, so that is why it is also played. But a6 is mostly played just to take this bishop away. Now, if you are thinking why not take the knight, then he takes the bishop and grab this pawn. Let me just show you. Bishop takes knight happens, d takes bishop happens, knight takes c pawn happens. So white is winning, white is up a pawn. But black has an amazing move in this position, which is queen to d4. Queen e4 attacks this knight as well as the e4 pawn, and it is impossible to defend both. If you place f4, we're gonna just simply take this and then also get this. So that is why knight takes e5 is not at all a good move if you are playing with white. First of all, after he takes, you should play the move d3. And for example, he played a bad move like h6. That is the time you can take it. Now, if you place queen, you can simply move the knight back and your pawn is also safe. So that is why knight takes e5 is not played first. Usually d3 or knight to c3 is played. Okay, let's go back. The most popular is bishop a4. We are going to talk about it also, but first of all, let's talk about the exchange variation. Bishop takes c6 is the exchange variation we do this. B takes bishop is also a good option, and D takes bishop. Both are good, but mostly D takes bishop is played. This opens the queen's line, the bishop's line also. Okay? So, usually white castles or defends the pawn by playing the move d3 to capture this. For example, white castles. Here, black has an amazing move, which is bishop to g4. White will try to keep the bishop away, but there is a very good trap in this position, which is the Fisher-Poltz trap. So, pause the video and think if you can find the trap. Actually, there is a very great trap. If you play Lopez, you must have fallen in that trap. I myself also have fallen. So, yes. Actually, the main move is h5. Giving a free bishop. We say, come on, take it. If black takes this, now the knight is under attack, so you have to save it. What are the main moves? Number 1 is to take the pawn. Number 2 is to move here. Number 3 is to move here. Nowhere white, if anywhere white moves, it is impossible to defend checkmate. This opens a very good line for black. So black will constantly attack these 2 points, and just look at it. For example, white is more greedier and takes the pawn 2. Black has an amazing move, which is queen h4, and it is impossible to defend the checkmate. Let me just add a Cupid Ziter. Is coming, and yes, black mates is just written. Nowhere to defend it. If white tries to play the move f3, and so that he could escape if we give some checks here, we have an amazing move which is g3. This stops this square also. No square now for the white king. It is impossible now to defend the checkmate. If you move the knight to here, checkmate, and if you try to defend this, I don't actually find any way to defend this, so there is no way to defend this. So it is a very good trap which black can try to play. I told you this trap so that you don't get to in this trap. Okay, bishop d5, a6, bishop takes c6, d takes bishop, main line. After this position, white plays the move d3. Actually, I play d3. I want to avoid this trap. So, I castle some late. I play the move d3. Black has to play now bishop to d6. or Q E7 or F6. Bishop D6 is most popular. This defends the pawn so that I cannot capture it. Okay. Now black has just simple common moves which lead to such a game. And castles. Now white has some traps also. He could try to attack, or maybe he could play more boring and castle. So this leads to a good game. It may lead to a draw, and many games have led to draw in this phase. But let us go back. At this position, I told you the move bishop a4. White retreats to give more pressure on that knight. So black has an amazing move, that is b5, which is the main line of this Lopez. This is the advanced variation, which is played by advanced players. You could also play this. Okay. After this move, bishop b3 is played, and now if you are thinking knight to a5, this is not a good move because this gives a free pawn. Knight to a9. And you are thinking to play the move queen, you could play f4, if you play f3, you could play knight to this square, and if he takes, you could defend this also. But this pawn is hanging, so this variation is actually not played by white. He usually not captures it. He usually plays the move either bishop d5 attacking the rook, so that the knight has to come back again and play the bishop, or he plays the move simply d3. He says, okay, no problem if you take, he plays the move, sorry, not d4. Yes, actually d4 could also be played. d4 is also a good move. So d3, knight takes bishop, pawn takes knight. Now, if you are thinking this is a bad structure for white, yes it is, but after playing the move a4, there will be no too much bad structure. Then you could play queen c2. Let me just show you. It gives a square to play queen c2, attack this line and attack this line in the endgame, which is very much impressive. Knight c3 is now more powerful because if there is a queen or rook behind it, it would go with some good attacks. And after moving the bishop somewhere, we could try to play rook c1 also, which is a great move which attacks constantly on the c7 pawn. So that is why black usually does not play knight a5. Black plays the move knight f6. White tries to play the move d3, or castle is very much famous. Okay, castle is very much famous. Now black might try to play d6, and white will play d3. We put bishop e7. We could try to play bishop e3 and black castles. And that leads to some very kind of sharp games. White can try to pin also, or could try to exchange the bishop. So if you are playing bishop e6, this is not a bad move. If you are thinking that after bishop e6, if he takes, then your pawn would be at bad structure, that is not at all. Actually, that pawn structure gives you more courage to play the pawn d5. You can play d5. Now you can play knight c3, and there is an amazing hanging move here, that is a4. Yes, a4 is played to constantly just rapidly attack on the b5 pawn. It is a very out of the box move, and sometimes there is a maneuver by playing knight d2, then is played rook e1, then knight f1, and then knight g3. So the two knights, this position is also very much popular. But let's go back, and today I am going to show you some games from this database of this position of after bishop a4. We will see some common responses of players at an international level. So first of all, I got some good games here. I press E white. It is just doing some calculation. I want to see. Yes, I got it. I want to see Carlsen versus Caruana. Now let's see Carlsen versus Sol. That how Carlsen won the game. Okay. So I've got the game. I have to go here. Let's go to location. So the position was e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4. Bishop c4. But how does this position forms? Okay, so it also forms from bishop a4, but no problem. Let's see some another game. Let's see some other. In which white won, so that you get some inspiration that how to win. Yes, this match would work. Yes. This is good. This is Norway chess tournament, which is Carlsen Magnus versus Levon Aronian, and this is Levon. You might have seen him, very good chess player, Carlsen Magnus. Everyone has seen. Hey, what was Levon doing here? Oh, ready. But no problem. So after e4, e5, they are also playing the Lopez. This is the closed Lopez, okay? Because there is no exchange in this. So after e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop a4, a6, bishop e5, a6 and bishop a4. I told you till this time, okay? Now let's see what actually Levon did. Levon played the move knight f6. We didn't play d5. Actually, knight f6 is also a very common line. It is played by many grandmasters. White usually castles. Okay? Because this one is not free, guys, if you are thinking. Because if knight takes, rook comes back, knight go back, we're going to take this, and this. Check. Now you have to save it with the bishop. So there is no advantage for black. Now white can play bishop to b3 also and q f3 to attack more with black castles. Okay, let's go back. After castle, bishop e7 was played, which is a main line. Okay. Now if you're thinking bishop takes knight, then I told you now that bishop takes knight, pawn takes bishop, knight takes e, queen to d4. Okay. So let's go. After bishop e7, d3 is played, defending the pawn. d5 is played now. Actually, now d5 is played because now black has to develop some of his queen side also, because he is about to castle in the next moves. But his queen side is not too much developed, so he plays b5. Bishop goes to b3, only one square. d6 is played to defend the pawn on e5, okay? Game goes with c3. c3 is a very common move. I play c3 a lot in Lopez. Actually, it is a very good chess variation in Lopez. This gives you a square to play bishop to c2 in case of like a5, a4. If you try to kick it more, you get bishop c2. It is an amazing square. At the times of need, only one thing is bad in this variation, which is that now knight c3 is not possible. So white has to do the same maneuver which I told you, that is knight to d2, rook to e1 and knight to f and then move to g3. So this is a very common maneuver, but let's see what happens. Castles, as I told you, rook e1 is played. Rook e1 is played just to develop the rook. Knight a5 is played to keep the bishop back. Bishop to c2 has now worked. That is why c3 was played in advanced bananas. Very good bananas. Then c5 is played. Black is gaining very much advantage on the queen's side. Okay. So knight d2 is played. I think he would do the same maneuver as I told you. Knight c6 happens and he does the same. He plays knight f1 and now he will play knight g3 after some time. Or maybe not. So h6 is played. Now one thing I want to tell you. Why is knight d2 played? Knight d2 is played so that first of all you can move your rook in case anywhere, because now rook is blocked and only way to move the rook is here, because it would take so much time to first play a4 and he will not capture also. So that is why knight d2 is the main maneuver. Knight goes to back square, knight f1 is played, h6 is played. h6 is played so that the bishop could not pin. He wants to just close the squares for the bishop. Knight e3. That's also a very good variation, guys. So what is the main purpose of playing knight c3? First of all, tell me. Just pause it and speak it aloud. The main purpose of knight c3 is to play knight d5. But if a knight is closed, why not move this, and this? Still you can play. Look at the good triangle that formed. Okay? So rook to e8 is played. a4 is played to move the rook out from that side. Because if pawn takes, we could take with the bishop also. This again pins it. So I don't think he would take it. Yes, he never takes. Actually, black never takes such pawns. Okay? This would lead to a bad position. There would be an isolated pawn on the b9. On the b9 for black. Okay? So that is why it is not played. After a4, bishop e6, then d4 is played. D4 is played. Now, let's see. First of all, do you know the defenders and attackers technique? It is a very common technique. So, if you are right, first of all, if you want to play d4, you have to count how much defenders are you having. Let's see. 1. How much are controlling this square? 1, 2, 3. 3 defenders. Let's see his attackers. 1, 2, 3. Actually, your defenders should be more than the attackers. So let's see what is the main logic of d4. After d4, e takes d4, c takes d4. Now, if you have such positions, sometimes this also works. If you are having equal, then also it works sometimes. So this happens. Now here at this position, black does not exchange because otherwise this d pawn will become very weak, and if white exchange, no problem, we're gonna take it. So why is knight to b4 played, guys? Let me just show you. For example, black plays a dubious move. Yes. Can you find the best move? Just pause it and find it. There is a very, very good move. I will just remove my headphones and find it. Did you find it? Actually, the best move in this position is to play d. Just a simple common fork. This attacks the pawn, this attacks the knight, and this always attacks the bishop. Now here only one move is good for black. That is to just take the pawn takes, and this gives a check. Can you see this imaginable check? And now also it is hanging. This is also hanging and this is also hanging. So that sacrifice does not work. But if black plays a dubious move like king h8, then this sacrifice could no, still not work. So this means you have to be careful about the Lopez. There are many folks in this Lopez. Actually, in the Queen's Gambit also there are many folks, and in the Sicilian also. That is why they are very famous. But let's move to the main line. Why would Magnus play dubious and Levon? So knight b4 is played. Knight b4 is played to attack the bishop. Okay, and this also defends the fork. So he would move the bishop somewhere in the forward or at back. Okay, so knight b4 is played. Bishop b1. Look at the square which white bishop is having. Amazing. So bishop b1 is played. Now he takes. Now why he takes, guys? He takes this because now there is a piece which is defending this pawn. So this line. But if he takes this, the pawn would vanish, but the knight would still remain to defend this line. So he takes it. White takes with the rook. He moves the bishop back to f1. White to f1, maybe he wants to maneuver the rook to e7 and then the rook to a7, maybe. So rook a1, he goes back. Maybe he has some better idea to play. He plays the move d5. d5, again you have to use that defender attacker technique, okay? So let's see black's defender. Black has 1, 2, 3, 4 defender. Let's see white attackers. 1, 2, 2. So it is safe for black. So white does not take because black says please exchange. But white says why would I exchange? I have to find a win. And Magnus finds a win. He plays the move e5. Knight goes to a good square. Knight to e4. Now if I take the knight, it is not too much good for me because now I have to go my knight back. And if you are having a good knight on f3, why would you like to destroy it? Okay? So he does not take. Maybe what happens? h3 played. h3 is why played because he wants to pin again the g4 pawn. He wants to go to g4 square and pin the knight. Queen to b6 is played. Knight takes pawn happens. Pawn takes bishop. Sorry, knight takes pawn, bishop takes knight, and then happens bishop takes knight, bishop. No, bishop takes bishop does not happen. So let's go back. Did you find this move? This is a very great move. Now he gets he's a pawn up. Levon is 2 pawns up. And white is a pawn up. So it is a very, very good move. If Levon do not play qb6, then this would just be failed because there is a queen also. Okay? So this happens, takes, bishop takes, rook defends the bishop, bishop takes bishop happen, rook takes bishop happen, bishop to e3 to defend the pawn, again one more rook attacking it, pawn takes pawn. Okay, pawn takes pawn is a good move because if black takes this queen, we're gonna take black's queen. So let's see what happens. He took the pawn. Now he played the move qb3. Is there any discover checks? Can you find any? Actually, I couldn't find any discover checks. So great. Because knight d3 also does not work. Because white would take. So now it is compulsory to take it and white would simply defend. So it is not too much. So there is no main code. Okay. Bishop takes e3 happens. Rook takes e3. a5 defends the knight. I think he has to move the queen somewhere. Rook is defending the e6 pawn. So e6 is played. Takes happen. Now rook ae1. Let's see what black does to defend the pawn now. He plays that move. Rook to c1 happens. Knight go to d3. Not a fork because queen takes queen would happen. Okay, check. Check is also a good move. Check is a good move. He would give check, king moves. Now why not rook is played? Rook is unplayed because the queen is for freedom. So king moves to f7. Queen moves to a4. Both queen and rook are defended. Queen takes the b2 pawn. I can see that black is having one more pawn up, whereas white was a single pawn up. So, has white made a mistake? Now, how would white win? Can you imagine? Actually, it is a very complicated position. Let's see. Queen e4. Attacking the pawn on e6. Also attacking a double attack on the d3 pawn. And for example, there is a check on the on this line a1, b1. If there is a check, there is a knight to defend it first. Knight takes knight, rook comes. Okay. So rook f5 is played. Logic of rook f5. The logic of rook f5 is maybe he wants to play the queen, maybe he wants to play the knight first, or maybe he wants to play rook d5. Kh2 is played to simply defend it. Now, can you see f2 pawn is also handled? But f2 pawn is handled, guys. So, actually, I am wondering if you are also wondering, why don't white takes the knight on d3? Can you find the solution? Why don't he takes it? Why he plays rook f5? Let me just go back, and I think I should add a Kipitzeiter. Kipitzeiter is good. It's a good software. Sorry, good engine. The position is equal. It is also suggesting rook f5. Rook f5 is played. Now let me check what happens if I play rook takes. Black is better. Why better? Because of the move queen b6. No, black is better, slightly better. You should just queen b1 check. Oh, okay. Good players, both are very good. Don't take it. Rook takes knight is not a good move, guys, because of queen b1 check. Because of queen b1 check, and this attacks the king as well as the rook 2 times, whereas there is only one defender. Okay, so that is why rook takes knight is not a good move. Rook f5 is played. Then the main move was playing h2. Knight goes, and knight goes to this position. The rook goes to c2, attacking the queen. Queen moves to a1. g4 is played to kick the rook away because it is causing a lot of attack. Queen f1 is played. Logic of queen f1 is to give a serious and complicated check trade on g2 square. Okay? Knight defends it. The knight goes to h5. What a square. Means what a square does. Now it is what a square. Why? Because there must be a very complicated move in this position. Let's see what happens if g takes f5. This happened in the game. E takes f5 was played, and queen to c4. And black can't avoid the exchange of queens, so he resigned. But why can't he avoid it, guys? Why can't he avoid it? Do you have this question? Why can't he avoid it? Let's just, this is a very crackery game. Let's add a Kipitzer. Okay, let me go back. The position is equal. After this move, white is clearly winning. So queen b4 or queen d8 was built. After qa1, g4, queen f1, knight e1, knight h5, takes happen, and queen c4. Why is queen c4 too important? Let's see what are the squares for black to play. Black's queen cannot move to a very good safe square, so he resigned. Okay, so thanks for watching this game, and I hope you like my first video. Please like, share, subscribe. I know there was some mic problems also. The video, I hope you like the video, but sorry if there was some mistake. Please write in the comment box so that I could just analyze it and I could improve it. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Thank you. Thank you guys. See you again in the next video, and be prepared for more chess videos. share, subscribe and like.